Hey, it is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. No, really say that thing out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. I got a few things going on. Did you get your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal, People Pusher, and Remember Me? No? Well, go over to pusherlife.org. Go to the office link and get your copies today. And while you are over there, do not forget to take the pledge, healing 1 million people, one person at a time. This is important. I really do desire that you take the pledge if you have not already. And if you have taken the pledge, please share the information in the link with your village, with your community of people, with your network of people. I would so appreciate it. Hey, happy Wednesday to everybody. I thank you. I thank you as always for showing up. So today I am concluding my my invite into my healing process, how I overcome, how I do the work. I am blessed and I am fortunate to have people praying for me, people that believe in what it is that I am doing and what it is that I am saying. And I want you to know, those of you who show up and show out, those of you who share, those of you who support me, who through text, however, showing up physically, however you support, I greatly appreciate it because you can be anywhere, you could be doing anything, but you choose to push forward with me. And I definitely appreciate it. But on this evening, there is a word in this conclusion. I do have something to share with you all on this evening. So if you would just bear with me. And again, I'm in closing by inviting you in a difficult conversation I had to have with myself as I have taken the commitment to say, well, hold up, let me slow down. Let me back up. So in my process, I've walked you through the woman with the issue of blood and how I connected with that story. And I shared with you all questions that I asked myself. The same thing that you get out of It Takes One to Know One is the same process that I use in my life, and to let you all know that it is real, which is why I come on and I share with you all the things that I go through in real time as it is fresh. I might wait a couple days. It all depends. But nonetheless, I am open and I do my best to be as honest and as raw as possible. But I need for you all to know that this is with purpose and on purpose. Nothing that I do is just all willy-nilly or to get a pat on the back. Because trust me, if I had it my way, I would not be telling y'all my business. Trust me, not the way that I do it. In any event, on today, what we will be exploring is I do not want to sit in your trauma. So I just need y'all. I might offend some people. And guess what? If I offend you, it's in love. It is. I don't pretend to know everything, but I do know things about me. And so as I share, understand that I'm talking to me first. And I'm praying that you will hear something. Let me put my glasses on because y'all is chatting. Yes. I see some familiar names. I see some. Hey, Broman is in the building. Hey, Miss Lydia, I see you. Hey, Miss Raven, I see you. Thank you. Yes, let's like and share the live. Yes, it pushes us through the algorithm. Miss Van, I'm in the building. Love your shows, always beautiful. I thank you. I know you are early, so I hope that you are back here. Let me know that you are here. If not, I will text you so that you can get back here because we are on and popping. Okay, I don't want to sit in your trauma. Where does this come from? So I walked you through the process with the woman with the issue of blood, and And then I shared with you all, I don't know in what order. We're doing so much. Standing, pushing through the crowd. That was the woman with the issue of blood. Then we talked about standing in the fire. We explored the story about the 3 Hebrew boys, and I shared how that connected with me and the revelation that God gave me as it relates to my own life, dealing with blood issues, and as it relates to the 3 Hebrew boys, how being in the fire and not bowing down in spite of what you're going through, not giving up, not taking no shorts, if that makes sense. And so on this evening, I'm going to share with you a difficult conversation that I had to have with myself in real life and in real time. And I pray that you are blessed by it. I pray that you get something out of it. Why? Because I don't want to sit in your trauma. If I don't want to sit in my own, what makes you think I want to sit in yours? And so let's just go right into it. I ain't waiting for no particular people. I ain't waiting for no numbers. We here, we started on time, and we're going to end on time. And so let's just get right into it. Who's here is supposed to be here. Who's chatting is supposed to chat. Who asks questions is supposed to ask questions. On tonight, my assignment is just to get this out to the masses. And so I do not want to sit in your trauma. And people, we are in season 4, episode 11. We are doing it. Congratulations to us. Yes, we are showing up and showing out. And so I thank you. Here's the first highlight that I want to bring to our attention. We get so much information, and now I want to put a little bit of this information into perspective. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to challenge your thinking. I want to challenge the lenses in which you see life through. Can I do that? And if you have a question, put it in the chat. I will do my best to answer it. And in the meantime, in between time, I need you to like, I need you to share. I need you to tap in. And if you haven't already subscribed, I need you to subscribe. And right now we are streaming on multiple platforms because we have to get this message out to the masses. All right. Trauma is real, but it is not a free pass. Are you ready? Tell me you ready in the chat. Tell me you ready, and I will go in full throttle nonstop. If you are ready, I am ready. Trauma is real, but it is not a free pass. Yes, trauma is real. The things that you've been through, the hurt, the pain, the guilt, the shame, all the things that we experience, it is real. The things that you've been through in your life, in your past, the things that you're overcoming, those things are real. Your trauma is real, but it is not a free pass. Some of us, we get to a point where we are growing, we are learning, and we are making a difference in our lives. But please, ma'am, please, sir, don't forget. It is important to remember, if you are in your right mind and you have the capacity to remember, I beg you to hold on to your memory. See, people can take a lot of things, but your memory is something that you can control to a certain extent. And if you are in your right mind, I need you to understand that your trauma is real, but it is not a free pass. What do I mean by your trauma is real, but it is not a free pass? What do I mean by that? Your pain explains your behavior. Before I go any further, your pain explains your behavior. Some of us are not emotionally intelligent enough to realize that our emotions isn't set to lead us. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Your emotions are not designed to lead you. Your emotions are put in place to warn you. Your pain explains your behavior, which is why grace is important, which is why mercy is important. But once you become aware, you are fully responsible. Understand this. Your pain explains your behavior, but it does not excuse how you treat other people. Understand this. Those of us who are working on ourselves, those of us who have made tremendous strides within our growth and development, it does not put you higher than the next person. It does not say that you, the individual, that you are better than or less than. Because understand, we are dealing with trauma. We are unpacking trauma. We are traveling through trauma so that we can heal. So when God reveals things to us, we stop and we work on those things. We focus, we lock in on those things so that we can overcome, so that we won't continue to behave in our emotions. Your trauma is not a free pass for you to mishandle people. I'm talking to myself. See, we think because we got these close relationships, we have intimate relationships, any kind of relationships. And yes, we do. And yes, there are people put in our lives to handle the thick of things. You know, during the times when you are unruly. Let me back up. In my Kevin Gates voice, I'm so not sorry. But please forgive me. I'm talking about me. See, there was a time, even in this, dealing with the blood clots and all of that, and getting frustrated and all of that. The couple times that I felt unwell and really sick, I took it out. Everybody knows Key. Everybody know Key. It ain't no secret. Everybody knows her. She's the closest person to me. She's with me every day. And sometimes I caught myself taking my frustrations out on her, which is unfair. I recognize the trauma. And because I recognize the trauma, it does not give me a right to misbehave, to mishandle people because I'm hurting. Hurt people only hurt people because they don't know nothing different or they're not choosing different. Hurt people don't have to hurt people. All you got to do is make a decision to deal with your hurt. You deal with your hurt. You choose discipline over motivation. Guess what happens? You don't take your pain out on other people. You don't become vindictive. You don't be set out because you're miserable, because you are unclear, because you're not for sure and for certain. You don't take it out on other people. You figure it out. I'm talking about me. I had to figure it out. And then if you somebody like me that deals with pride, somebody like me that deals with ego, that I have to check my ego. I have to check my pride and go back and apologize and not just say I'm sorry. I got to communicate the right thing, identify the right thing, that my attitude. I was sarcastic with you, Key, and you didn't do nothing to me. See, we're talking about emotional intelligence. We're talking about accountability. We're talking about taking responsibility. We're talking about taking back control. If I don't want to sit in my trauma and be hurt and stagnated, why invite other people in it? Why not just deal with it? Or maybe I'm just on an island by myself. But understand your trauma is real, but it is not a free pass to mishandle people's hearts. It's not. It's not. Just because we got some stuff, we out here and we doing the work. We are internal and external. But understand, now is the time to put that. We got so much information now. It's the time to unpack this information and make it make sense, so that we can just stop talking about it. We actually are living this thing out. We're walking it out. We're helping one another. We are edifying the kingdom when we show up for one another. So I will be doing you a disservice if I participate in your trauma. If that don't make sense today, I kid you not. If you just think a little bit on it, think on it. And by tomorrow, I promise you, you'll get it. If not, inbox me and I will definitely explain it to you as best as I can. But understand, this is decision time. Your trauma may be the reason for the pain. Your trauma may be the reason why we self-doubt. Your trauma may be the reason why we operate in blame, shame, and guilt. Your trauma may be the reason why you ain't make that decision. Your trauma may be the reason why that idea is still an idea and it hasn't manifested yet. Your trauma may be the reason, but it cannot become the permission. It gotta live somewhere. And so we understand that sometimes we are operating, we are speaking from our trauma. But understand, it does not have to be the permission. We're talking about perspective. I'm challenging your perspective. I'm challenging your movement. I want you to examine your growth scale. I want you to examine how intentional you are when you start your day. I want you to begin to examine yourself the last time you got upset, the last time you were angry. Did you take it out on somebody else? Past, present. Check that. Your trauma is real, but it is not a free pass to mishandle another individual. It's not. This is how we break the cycle. Make a decision. Carlita, I know you hurting. I know you frustrated. I know you don't understand. I know you and God is having a difficult conversation. I know you having an adult tantrum, but don't you take it out on that girl. She didn't cause this. Allow her to be who she desires to be while you're going through it. Don't hurt the very people that is there to see you through it, to pray you through it. We push people away. We alienate people. But then when we look around, we feeling lonely. We feel like we by ourselves. Well, hello, you done pushed everybody away. And yet you have the expectation that people supposed to show up. How fair is that? I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. Make a decision. Just because you're hurting, it's not a pass for you to hurt other people. It's not a free pass to take it out on other people. We reap the seeds that we sow, we shall reap. Even you, the leader, even you, the one has outgrown themselves. Understand this in my participation with people. Let's be clear. I can have compassion without carrying your burden. That's real talk. We can have compassion without carrying people burden. It ain't yours to carry. Your own burden ain't for you to carry. From the stories that I read, from what I know and what I believe, the burdens that are on our shoulders is not even designed for us to carry. It's designed for us to release. Where's your faith? Who is your faith in? Whom are you investing your faith in? I'm just saying, I can have compassion without carrying your burden. It does not belong to me. It doesn't say that I don't care. All I'm saying, what am I going to do with it? What can I do with it? I barely can handle my own. You can love someone and still refuse to absorb their unhealed wounds. What do I mean by that? The more you work on yourself, the more that you grow, understand people will fall off. People would think that you're acting funny. People would probably say you think you all that. People will say a lot of things, but what are you feeding yourself? What are you? The more that you grow, understand people will disqualify themselves from your life. People will begin to drop off. Why? Because they're not going where you're going. How can we walk together if we are unequally yoked? If we don't share the same vision, if we don't share the same, it's like the blind leading the blind. If I don't know what to do with my own stuff, what makes you think I know what to do with yours? If half the time I am confused, see, some stuff you got to figure out with the Father. Activate your faith. Get in relationship with yourself so that you can begin to understand the authority and power that you possess. I choose discipline over motivation every time. I can care about you without becoming your emotional storage unit. I know so many of us, we're great listeners. So many of us, we like to help people. But understand, it is a difference between you helping them, you supporting them, and you enabling them. I do not treat people how I want to be treated because I want you to teach me how to handle you. You and I got two different needs. I'm not going to handle you how I handle myself because you might can't handle it. The information that I'm sharing with you is the information that I give to myself first. I am real clear about me. And I know that I can be prideful. I know that my ego sometimes can run the show. And because I know that, I gotta have thick skin even with myself and how I handle myself. I dare not handle you like that if you have not given me permission. If you have not taught me that that was okay. See, we just assume. We were talking today and well, I did a little bit talking today. But I had a conversation with someone. I just called them to check on them to just get some information from them. And the individual said something and didn't even know how powerful it was. It affirmed me and confirmed something to me today. What is a storage unit? When you think about a storage unit, what comes to your mind? An overflow of stuff. We use storage units for different reasons. We're moving. In the midst of moving, we have too much stuff, so we need to put it somewhere. We find ourselves in situations and need a quick fix. So storage units has stuff in it. And most storage units that I've been to that I've seen is unorganized. They start off neat or start off unorganized. Then it gets some organized. Then you go back because you done been back and forth, back and forth. Now it's in the disarray. A storage unit full of stuff. Can you just imagine internally? You keep having these conversations with people and they just keep dumping their stuff on you. And you trying to figure out why you got a headache. You trying to figure out why you stress. You trying to figure out why your mood meter is inconsistent, is up and down, and you trying to get a handle on it. That's because you carrying other people's stuff that don't belong to you. Especially those of us that are still going through. Seek wisdom in every conversation. Seek wisdom in every interaction, and I assure you, you can't go wrong. Understand where the burden belongs. Understand who is the fixer, who is the source, because it ain't me. I ain't got it, and I don't pretend to. The only thing I have is what's in me, and I freely give it away. Try not to. It's changing a little bit. But understand, you have more control than what you're tapped into. Healing is your responsibility. It really belongs to you. Nobody else is responsible for fixing what they didn't break. So why do we have attitudes with people who didn't do it? Why are we taking our anger and our frustrations out on people who didn't create the disruption in our internal environment? Why are we shutting people out of our lives? Because our feelings is hurt. Why are we making decisions based upon how we feel and not what we believe? I can't answer that for you. I can answer it for me, and I have. Nobody else is responsible for fixing what they didn't break. You are responsible. You are the one that is in full control. It's your responsibility. I didn't cause the trauma, so why do I feel beat up after talking to you? I don't want anybody walking away from me feeling beat up. I don't want anyone leaving my presence feeling more broken than what they came because I'm going through. And so every now and then I got to go, Key, check me. If I'm doing too much, let me know. If I'm doing a little bit too much, it is okay to hold me accountable. Why? Because I don't want to hurt you because I'm hurting. Whatever. And even understand it. Whatever. I didn't cause your trauma, and I refuse to become collateral damage to your trauma. The same way I'm not going to hurt people because I'm hurting. Guess what? I'm not going to allow you to hurt me either. I'm not going to let you oppress upon me your trauma. I'm not going to let you give it to me as if I am the one who is responsible for it. That is insane. People do that. And we allow people to do it. Unhealed trauma often shows up as toxic patterns. Did you know that? Unhealed trauma often shows up as toxic patterns. Ask me how I know that. Because I had some toxic patterns. And I'm still breaking through some. The more I discover, the more I'm breaking through that thing. Why? Because I'm desperate. I want to heal. You reveal it to me, I'm fixing that. Projection, manipulation, anger, withdrawal. These are symptoms, but yet they are harmful. Ask me how I know. Because during times when I'm operating from an unhealed place, I become paranoid. I think everybody talking about me. I think everybody knows my business. I think everybody done figured it out. Now I'm paranoid. So-and-so ain't called me. I seen so-and-so post this. I seen so-and-so post that, but they didn't comment on this. We projecting. I'm sorry, I am. Then we try to manipulate information. People ask you how you doing. I'm okay. I'm all right. We lying. Now we being emotionally dishonest with ourselves and other people. What sense is that? My bad. I'm talking about me. Just because, hear me, please hear me, please hear me. Just because it is a wound, it doesn't mean that it doesn't still cut. It doesn't mean that it doesn't still hurt. It only means it needs attending to. And so those of us that have unhealed places in our hearts, in our minds, this is how we heal. We acknowledge, we identify, we take ownership, and then we make a decision. We ain't making a decision to feel different. We making a decision to think different. Because when we make the decision to think different, we're not feeding our emotions. We're not feeding our emotions. Now we can think clearly. We're being rational. Why is this important? Because at some point, we got to get tired of being simply tired, of asking the same questions, still doing the same things. One minute we think we elevating, and then something happens, and then it just knocks us down and pushes us back instead of pushing us forward. The battle is in our minds. As a man, as a woman, think of in his or her heart, so is she. So is he. Boundaries are not rejection. Boundaries are not meant to be weaponized. Boundaries are not rejection. Boundaries are put in place to protect you from you. Most of us think we put boundaries in place for other people. No, ma'am. No, sir. Boundaries are served as a buffer. So when you know you really want to say yes, when you really want to say no, or when you really want to say yes, you say no. When you really want to say no, you say yes. Boundaries when you put them in place effectively, they protect you from you. When you create a standard for yourself, that is how you teach people how to handle you. When you put boundaries in place and you begin to honor those boundaries, that because you got to honor the boundaries that you put in place first. People have to begin to see that you are serious about what it is that you are sharing. Boundaries are put in place to protect you from you. So when you say no, you mean no. When you say yes, you mean yes. You are asserting yourself in all things. Choosing not to sit in someone's trauma is an act of self-respect, not abandonment. So understand this. If I choose not to sit and fellowship with you in your trauma, and you choose to get offended, that is your problem, not mine. I'm just saying, since we're on a topic of teaching people how to handle us, please do not expect for me to sit with you in your trauma, because I'm not. Why? I don't want to sit in my own. I want to be free. And if I want to be free from my own trauma, if I want to be liberated, if I want to be healed, if I want to be whole, if I want to be stable in my own life, what makes you think I'm going to allow your trauma to disrupt mine? Make that make sense. I love you, but I don't have the capacity to sit in this. You gotta respect that. And you gotta be bold enough to communicate that. Why? Because remember earlier when I was talking about Key, and I said, she's not a punching bag. I don't have a right to take my frustrations out on her because she's here, because she supports me, because she says she loves me. How unfair is that to her? You don't have a right. I don't have a right. I'm choosing not to sit in your trauma because I respect me and I respect you enough to encourage you to come up out of that thing, because I don't want to be pulled down in it. Which means, God, you got to give me the invitation to even sit down and have a conversation. And that is with anybody. Why? Because you got to know when you are in a season of vulnerability, when you are in a season of sensitivity. See, when you are not operating in your self-awareness, I'm talking to myself. When you know you're vulnerable, when you know you're open, when you know you can be exposed to so many different things, you got to take extra precaution. You think I'm going to go through all of this to protect my peace? To sit in your trauma, to sit in your mess? Make that make sense to me. Whatever. You didn't get it right now, you'll get it tomorrow. My boundary is not me leaving you. It's me choosing not to lose myself. It is so easy to lose yourself in other people's trauma. Why? Because we really don't want to deal with our own. It's easy to meddle in other people's foolishness. It's so easy to do that because it takes the attention off of self. Guess what? Hello. Put the attention on me because I want to be whole. I want to be free. And I don't want to just be saying it just to be saying it. I want to live it and walk it out, which is what I am doing, by the way. You cannot heal in a place where you are constantly harmed. This is important. This particular one is important. The reason why I'm so intentional now, knowing that I'm so vulnerable and knowing that I'm in a somewhat of a struggle internally. I got a little war going on. And if you know anything about spiritual warfare, I'm calling it a little war because the God that I serve can do all things but fail. And because I believe that, I shall not faint. And so I can speak with all authority and all power. When I say peace, be still. See, if you are operating in your trauma, it's no way that you can operate. You can speak with all power and authority. Why? Because you are too emotional. You don't even believe it. That's why you're trying to invite me into your space. And I'm saying, no, ma'am, no, sir. I don't care who you are. There has to be an evidence of growth. There has to be evidence of healing. There has to be evidence that I don't want to remain stagnated and stuck. I want to break free from. There has to be evidence of that. Or please do not invite me to have a conversation with you. I'm not coming. This is me being assertive. I'm telling you now because I don't want to waste your time, and neither do I want to waste mine. We are so afraid to be honest and tell the truth. And the truth really will set you free. The truth will really put you in a position to heal. We're so afraid to speak our minds. We're so afraid to say what it is because of the fear of the unknown. But I'm telling you, when you serve the kind of God that I serve, whatever, y'all catch it tomorrow. Y'all will catch it. To understand, I can't expect Key to heal if I continue to hurt her. If I continue to take my trauma, the stuff that I'm dealing with, even in the present day, if I don't take the time to deal with that, to deal with me, and I'm choosing to take it out on her, how can I expect her to heal in this atmosphere, in this environment? It ain't gonna happen. And because I am intentional about creating space, peace in my space, because where I reside is my safe haven. It's where I can hear clear. Whoever comes around need to feel that same vibe. Not just when they are invited in my home, but even when they are around me. I'm trying to get to that place. And if I'm trying to get to that place, then I got to walk it out. I got to practice it. And the people in my life have to hold me accountable. And how do you do that? You teach me how to handle you the way you want to be handled. Staying in unhealthy emotional environments keeps cycles alive. Which is why it's so important to me to always deal with me, to always check myself, especially when I'm feeling pain, especially when I'm hurt and my emotions is taking over. It is important to me to be much more intentional about how I show up, much more intentional about the words that I proceed out of my mouth. Why? Because no matter who I'm around, no matter where I go, I don't want to hurt you with my hurt. I don't want to take my stuff out on you because you're not the problem, it's me. And if I'm saying I'm healing out loud and everywhere I go, I am making the environment conducive for healing, that is the type of individual I want to be. If that is the type of individual that I want to be, then I got to be intentional about how I handle people, even in my hurt. And because I am doing that, understand, I will not give you permission to hurt me in your hurt. I will not drown trying to teach you how to swim. This is a hard pill to swallow, especially if you are someone who has the heart to serve people. One of the hardest things to do is let go of someone that you're trying to help that doesn't want the help. We try to wrap our minds around why they're not getting it. I know I'm saying the right thing. Sometimes I got to pinch myself. Ooh, did I just say that? I know sometimes I'll be talking good, but the truth of the matter is everybody ain't ready just because you got something to say. Just because you have something to plant the seed. Plant the seed. That's all you got to do. Your responsibility might not be to water. Your responsibility might not even be to plant the seed. It might just create the flower bed. It might just be to cultivate the environment. But the only way that you're going to know that is if you become self-aware and you are tapped in with you and not everybody else. See, I'm not in the business of fixing people because I don't have the power, that kind of power or that kind of authority to fix nobody. I can't even fix me. I got to consult with the Father. I got to yield to the Father, and we do this work together. I have a village. I learn from people. I ask questions. I read books. I do a lot as it relates to my growth and development. What do you do? Accountability is a form of love, which is why I'm at a place. Key, if I'm too much, please put me on point. If I'm getting snappy, here, men, I'm gonna help you out. This is for all my men. I'm gonna help you out. This is the lesson that I learned so many years ago, and I believe that I share this. It's about women, putting us out there a little bit. This preacher came to MCIW so many moons ago, and I will not say her name. She is a renowned preacher, worldwide, known all over the world. She came to MCIW many moons ago. Little lady. And I'll never forget. She made a point about women and how we make excuses to be snappy. How we make excuses to mishandle people when we are on our cycle. And that message has never left me. And she challenged us to be a little bit more mindful. And guess what? The more I became aware, the more I realized that I can control my attitude if I wanted to, even when I'm on my cycle. If you know that you're not going to have the best attitude, then sit your tail down and shut up. If you know that you are weak in this area and you can control your emotions, then I advise you to isolate yourself. Why? Because some hurts you can't undo. Some hurts you might not get the opportunity to undo. So if it's within your control and you can do your best to control it, then why not? So most of the time, I don't even let people know that I am on my cycle. The only reason why people know now is because I be in physical pain. I be hemorrhaging. So I got to say something. But do I have an attitude? Sometimes I do. But I check it. When I feel myself being feisty, I will sit down and quiet myself. Why? Because just because I am experiencing something internal that I have no control over. What I do have control over is my mind, how I perceive the thing. Because what's in your heart gonna come out of your mouth. I don't care who you are. Ain't nobody gonna catch me being sideways. I don't care what time of the month it is. Why? Because I'm always intentional when it comes to me. Again, accountability is a form of love. Holding people accountable is not harsh. It is necessary for growth. Now, holding me accountable does not mean telling me what you think, feel, and believe. I should think, feel, and believe. Holding me accountable is holding me accountable not to what you think my potential is. Holding me accountable is what did I say out of my mouth that I want for myself. If you don't know that, then you can't hold me accountable to it. We have all these isms. I'm about to go somewhere. Let me chill out. I love you enough today to tell you that if you are being unkind, I'm going to tell you that you're being unkind. I love you enough today if you're doing too much, I'm going to tell you that you are doing absolutely too much. I love you that much. We can't grow if we're not willing to tell the truth to one another. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I stand to be corrected. Some of us are so arrogant. Some of us are so far gone and can't nobody tell us nothing. That's how you know, that's how you can separate the wheat from the tare. Because if can't nobody tell you nothing, then you need to go ahead and create your own tribe and stay out my way. I'm just saying. Why? Because I don't want to sit in your trauma. You operating from an unhealed place. And what that lady say, I ain't got time for that. Indeed, I don't. Trauma bonding is not the same as connections. Understand, there's some of us, we create these relationships, we create these bonds, and we think they are connections. And I'm here to tell you that is not. It is your relationship, your interaction is based upon the trauma that y'all have in common. Ain't nobody working on nothing. We just look like it. And so now we trauma bonding. Now we locked in. We bosom buddies. But ain't nobody growing. Ain't nobody healing. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that. So I'm the only one. Trauma bonding is not the same as connection. Shared pain can create attachment, but not necessarily healthy relationships. Do you want to settle for just attachments with no purpose? Or do you really want healthy, meaningful relationships, interactions? You're worthy of that. But you got to do the work internally. You got to do the work. It takes one to know one. And I'm telling you, don't be on my line. Just don't be on my line. Shared pain can create attachments, but it does not necessarily build healthy relationships. We are not connected. We are just wounded in the same place. Understand that, ma'am, sir. Examine your interactions. Examine your relationships. Are we trauma bonding? Or do we really have healthy, meaningful relationships? Wherever you are on the spectrum, be honest about it. Because if you have meaningful, healthy relationships, you can help those of us who is still coming out of the toxicity. You can demonstrate for us. You can share the possibility of having healthy relationships. Some of us feel like we damaged goods. Some of us feel like we are unworthy. All we know is toxicity. And because no one really fed us affirmations, no one really spoke truth to us, just created more trauma on top of trauma. Those of you, you're being commissioned to be the light, to show that it can be done. Silence and tolerance can enable dysfunction. Let me say that again. Silence and tolerance can enable dysfunction. What do I mean by that? Letting harmful behavior slide doesn't help. It just prolongs the cycle. So how many more conversations we have to have before we really before we make the decision to say that this ain't working? How many more conversations do we have to have before we just say, you know what? I think now is the time to do something different. How many conversations do we have to have to see that this isn't working? We're so afraid. Detach yourself from the things that do you no good. Detach yourself from the people who ain't ready for what you got to give. What I tolerate, I'm teaching you that I accept it. And understand, as I declare over my own life, that I'm not sitting in my own trauma. I'm not having a pity party in my own trauma. I'm not remaining stagnated in my own trauma. I'm not living in blame, shame, and guilt in my own trauma. I have been delivered. And God continues to heal me. When things are being revealed to me, we deal with it. I assure you of that. Teach people how to handle you. Choosing peace is not selfish. Some would say it's survival, but I say it's overcoming. Choosing peace isn't selfish. It just isn't. Protecting your mental and your emotional state is necessary. Nobody is responsible to protect your peace, your mental state, your emotional state, but you. But you. Oh, shoot. I ain't messed up. Oh, I keep getting a puzzle. Oh, so I told you I was streaming from different podcasts, and so they want to make sure that you're in the box. So you got to put puzzles together and all that. But anyway, let me get through this as we are winding down. Letting harmful behavior slide just prolongs the cycle. So can we just agree that we ain't prolonging no more? If it quacks like a duck, if it looks like a duck, more than likely it's a duck. It really is. I might can dress like one and sound like one, but it ain't going to transform me into a duck. If you didn't catch that, you'll catch it tomorrow. I choose peace, even if it means choosing distance. This is hard. This can be really challenging. I'm an introvert, so I welcome it. I don't have a problem with being alone. I don't. I love me. I I think I am a whole vibe. What I give to the people, trust me, I give to myself. I do. I can turn the music on and cut a rug by myself. Me and Key do a good job together. I can turn the music on, do karaoke. I can be all right by myself. I just choose not to, which is the difference. Your peace is important. Protect it. And so as I am closing, I close you with this. This is how I had to close the conversation with myself. And so this is the declaration that I told myself. I honor your pain, but I will no longer sit in it. This is me talking to myself. Grab a hold of it. I honor your pain, but I will no longer sit in it. I promise you, I'm not sitting in this pain. I promise you I'm not. I go to the doctors when I'm supposed to. I take my medication when I'm supposed to. I do what I'm supposed to do. I will not turn this into an emotional roller coaster. Peace be still. See, I got that kind of power and authority that when my internal environment becomes chaotic, all I got to do is say, peace, be still. And even if my internal environment don't get it the first time, I say it out loud the second time. And I say it with much more authority and conviction. And guess what? Everything gets into alignment. I got to be able to empower myself before I can empower anybody else. Y'all catch that tomorrow. I acknowledge your story, but I will not become a chapter of your chaos. Heal, because I am no longer volunteering to be wounded in the name of understanding. Spoke these words over myself. Why? Because before I can share it with you, I'm saying it to myself first. This is the type of work that I do for me. And like an NAAA meeting, it works if you work it. And I don't know. I don't know if you anything like me. I'm today. I just want to be honest. How old am I? I'm 46. In the chat, how old am I? Am I 46 or 47? I got a birthday this year, but after you get into your 40s, you will tend to forget. I think I'm 46. I will be 47 this year. I wait for my twin brother to call me. He forever reminds me how old we are turning. But I think we're turning 47. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to play. I ain't got time to be dishonest. I ain't got time to sit in your trauma because I don't want to sit in mine. No, I've been 45. I remember the 45th. We was at Loafers. Yeah, we was at Loafers on the 45th because I remember the big balloons, the 4 and the 5. I think I'll be 47 this year. I think I'll be 47. Yeah, I ain't got time. The truth shall set you free. And I am telling you, I no longer want to sit in my own trauma, which means I don't want to sit in yours. So I encourage you, operate in your healing. I encourage you to take ownership of your growth and development. I encourage you to do what you need to do, connect with who you need to connect with, because we don't live on an island by ourselves. As much as we feel like we by ourselves when we're alone, we cannot do this thing by ourselves, flat out. It takes a village. Raise your awareness. Take it up a level. Begin to do something with the information we are retaining. Stop walking around obese. Just walking around filled with information. Do something with the information that you got before we take on other stuff. I think I heard that this morning doing morning motivation, or I might have heard it somewhere else, or probably in my own brain. I don't know. I think I heard it on morning motivation. Do something with the information you already have. Let's start there. Choose peace. Choose your healing. Choose you. I appreciate you all. I really do. This concludes my little series, my little healing journey. I believe that I got all the breakthroughs that I needed in this process. Again, I thank everyone for your support. I thank everyone for just, checking on me. I know I can be a bit stubborn and hard and tough. I promise you, I might not loosen up a whole lot, but I'm loosening up a little bit. I'm trying, I will be less stubborn. But nonetheless, I have grown in the area of allowing people to love on me, allowing people to check on me, not pushing people away because I don't know how to deal with me. I have the kind of village when I don't know how to deal with me, they do. I'm just blessed to have those kind of people in my life. They don't sit in my trauma. They don't sit in my mess. They call me out of it. And I appreciate it. And so if you ever on my line, if you're ever sitting across from me, understand I will not allow you to pull a chair for me to sit in your trauma. But what is done for me and what is being done for me, I will call you by your name and pray that you hear me and that you are receptive to come up out of that thing. Tomorrow's not promised. There's so much life outside of where you are, outside of where you stand, outside of where you can see. It's so much life out here to experience. Explore it. You don't have to be trapped. You don't have to be held captive in this box. Grow, learn, travel, meet different people other than the people that you see every day, that you talk to every day. I'm saying this to you, but I'm saying it to me too. It's a challenge for me too. I don't want to meet new people. But what I realize is the more that I meet new people, it's some amazing people out here. You mean to tell me I can find other people that I can look at and see a reflection of me? What? You mean there's other healed people outside of Baltimore? Yes. And I'm going to meet those people. Why? Because there's so much life to explore. But I want to explore it while I'm healing. I appreciate y'all. Remember, get your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal. If you haven't, People Pusher. And remember me, go over to pusherlife.org. If you have not been on the website lately, I need you to travel on the website. The website is jamming. I need y'all to go over to pusherlife.org. Click the buttons. They work. You can even download pictures on my website. If you've been to a Pusher event, if you have a picture with me, put it on the website so the world can see it. If you have something that you want me to promote, put it on the website. It's free. Free promo. But you don't know that because you're not taking the time to travel over to pusherlife.org to know that there is opportunity for you to put your stuff on my website. This is what we do. Whatever you got, business, it does not matter. Go over to PUS'HER.org and post your stuff. And while you're over there, take the Healing 1 Million People Pledge, people. And if you already have taken it, send the link, copy and paste it, and send it to your network of friends. I love you. And it's nothing, I mean, absolutely nothing you or nobody else can do about it. It is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. No, really say that thing out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. Have you gotten your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal and people pusher? No, then travel over to PUS'HERLife.org, go to the author's page, and you will find It Takes One to Know One and People Pusher. Come tap in.